All right, what's up? Good news, we don't have any new material for 11.3b. So I am just going to 11? No, 8. Sorry, 8.3b. I'm just going to do one of the homework problems from 8.3a. There's nothing new, and I feel like both of those types of problems were pretty easy. The one with the side did have a little bit more work to it, so I'm going to do one of those. So number 29 gave us all three sides. Again, I never think about the scale to make sure that it's matching my picture. So for example, 9 is the longest side, so it should be across from the largest angle, but this is just a visual for me. I don't need to be super picky. So again, when we're doing side, remember we have the three different options for the formula, because we could find angle A first, or angle B first, or angle C first. So I'm going to stick with what I did before, and I'm going to go alphabetical. And I'm going to solve for angle A first. Okay? So just plugging in the numbers. And then hopefully you remember what I told you was the common mistake. I need to think PEMDAS. This is attached with multiplication. So I can do this addition here, but I cannot do this subtraction because I would have to do this multiplication before I could do that subtraction based on PEMDAS. And I'm going to use my calculator again because I am more tired than I was last time. I did not sleep well last night. What is that? 2 times 72. So let me show you, since this video isn't going to be long like the last one, I felt like I kind of rushed through it because it was getting really long. So let me show you what I mean by that common mistake that I just discussed. A lot of times people are going to go like this. They're going to be like 145 minus 144 is equal to 1. So then we have, why did I close that marker? We have 25 equals 1 times cosine of A. So they do that subtraction too soon. We cannot do that subtraction. PEMDAS tells us we have to do multiplication and division before addition and subtraction. So we would have to multiply these together, whatever this cosine value is, before we could do this subtraction. We don't have a number there though, so we don't have a numeric value, right? So what we're going to do then is to start solving. We're going to subtract the 145. I'll show more work for this also because I didn't show all the work for this. Just in case anybody needs it. Subtract 145 to get rid of the positive 145. So we get negative 120 equals negative 144 times cosine of A. Now, like I said before, this is attached with multiplication, so we're going to divide. And I said this last time, I don't care about reducing this fraction, because I'm gonna just punch stuff into my calculator anyways. So that goes away. The negative and the negative I am gonna get rid of just because I don't want to waste my ink. And that's gonna be equal to cosine of A. And then I'm just gonna take cosine inverse of both sides to undo the cosine. So I can show you the work for that as well. Cosine inverse cancels cosine inverse, so I end up with A only on the right, and then that on the left. And then I have to use my calculator for that. Cosine inverse of 120 over 144 is, measure of angle A is 33.557 degrees. So I can put that in here. And just like we discussed last time, we have an angle side pair now. So the angle and the side across from it we know. So we can start using the law of sines at this point. You could do the law of cosines again. You could go like b squared equals a squared plus c squared minus 2ac cosine of b. But this to me is a lot more work than the law of sines. So I'm going to go with the angle side pair. And then it doesn't matter what I choose to do next. I can find B or C next because I know side B and I know side C. Okay, remember I need to know at least one of the two things. So I'm going to go alphabetical again. Let me make sure I have this because I was rushing last time and I made a mistake. Okay, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 8. Right? Multiply, here, I'll show the work for that even. Multiply to get rid of the divided by. I'm trying to get the b by itself, so I'm going to take care of the division first, and I'm going to multiply both sides by 8. So in this case, it's 8 over 1. 8 on top, 1 on bottom. And then I'm going to do sine inverse on both sides. And you tell me, from the law of sines information, what does this fraction, before I do the sine inverse, what does this fraction have to be between? Okay, hopefully you said -1 and 1. That way I can take the sine inverse of both sides. Since I have a graphing calculator, I'm just going to punch all of it in. 8 sine 33.557. Hopefully you're not even having to check that you're in degree mode anymore. So the measure of angle B is 62.181 degrees. And then from there, I can find the measure of angle C simply by subtracting. The sum of 3 angles in a triangle is 180. So if I go 180 minus the other 2 angles, I get 84.262 degrees. And let's put that in, and just like we've been doing all along, let's make sure it makes sense. Longest side, largest angle. That works out. Shortest side, smallest angle, and then middle and middle. Okay, so hopefully, I'm really hoping that you guys are finding this chapter to be pretty easy. I hope you noticed that I posted a quiz on Canvas yesterday or the day before. I really don't remember. Double check. I'm pretty sure it's scheduled for Monday, but double check on Canvas. And I hope you guys are doing well.